What up, fellas? It's me. I'm going to tell you the story of how I was hired as an IDW Sonic the Hedgehog artist. I firstly started my journey, as most fans of the Sonic the Hedgehog brand does. I played Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, absolutely fell in love with it, and then started drawing comics after comics about it. This would go on for 2 years after I started playing Sonic 06, and I would also profusely play Sonic 06 too. And piles of sketchbooks and more would just start piling up in my room. Kind of made it look like a hoarder was in there, not gonna lie. And then I started a fan comic series when I just turned 14 years old in July of 2011. And that was called The Murder of Me. Very edgy, I know. I'm almost 25 now. You could do the math on how long ago that was, and to this day, I am still continuing that series with the idea that I could just use it as an escape for whatever drama messes with my life sometimes. This fan comic series, however, changed a lot of things for me. For one, the comic series had become my practicing ground for writing stories, drawing characters more in model that are more similar to the Sonic that you see in the games, and overall improving my storytelling, my art skills with every page. Doing this series also made me fall in love with the Archie comics. Side tangent for those who don't know, Archie is a publishing company, and at one point they used to publish more than just Archie, and they used to publish a comic called Sonic the Hedgehog. That was literally what it was just called. And they had a few spin-offs like Sonic Universe, Sonic X, so on and so forth. But it was a video game adaptive comic. It has held the record for the longest running comic series that was for like adapting a video game ever. And when I was like about 16 or 15, I really got into the comics. But anyways, so specifically, I fell in love with the visual storytelling in general that the original Sonic the Hedgehog comics had from Archie. And of course, it was all thanks to the rushed insanity that was Sonic 06. Fast forward to 2014, and I decided to visit San Diego Comic-Con. It's a convention, big international convention. It's held in San Diego, California, and it's an international thing that combines comics, anime, whatever. I visit the editor of the official Sonic the Hedgehog comics at the time, Paul Kaminsky. I showed him my work, and he liked my stuff. But I needed a lot of work. For one, my characters were way off model. My storytelling didn't really make any sense, and my characters had frickin' necks. Also, my coloring was kind of off and way too dark. But, and this is something I will never forget that he told me. He looked me dead in the eye and happily and excited told me, "But Chi-Chi, you're almost there. Just keep working on it." I asked him for his email not too long after that, and he gave me his little card that has email and contact info. I was to send him my work every month, and so I did. The reason why that this happened, by the way, this is pretty common with editors. You send in work every month, to try out, especially if you have an interest in being a cover artist, an interior artist, a colorer, penciler, colorist. And so I sent him stuff every month. But anyway, so I did. I sent the editor at the time, once a month, about 2 to 3 pages while I was still in high school. However, Paul Kaminsky eventually left to work in DC Comics. So the email that I was given was no longer functional, and I kind of had to start from scratch again. And I don't know if you guys ever tried the comic book industry, but it's hard as heck to contact editors unless you meet them face to face. So, I spent from December 2014 to July of 2015 to try out as a comic interior artist for Archie Sonic the Hedgehog with all the improvements I'd made. Every month, I made about a bunch of new comic book pages, and I improved my coloring. I did everything that I could to make sure my portfolio was finally there, The previous editor had told me I was almost there, so all I probably needed was a year to get better, right? After all, Even this was the new editor. My work was way better than before. I'd gotten better, faster, and stronger as an artist. I compiled 30 pieces, condensing it down to fewer at the time of the convention, so my portfolio had to be the best that it could be. But in showing my portfolio to the editor, he did not like my work one bit. This is a different editor, by the way. The critique was the strangest I'd ever been given. For one, he stated that my pencils, my actual drawings, were clean, yes, but I was using a mechanical pencil and I was pushing too hard on the paper. He also mentioned that in some character interactions, in some scenes, I used too many little special effects, like anime special effects in between action scenes, and that was it. I asked the editor if my character models were okay, like were they on model, and he said my models were perfectly fine, but I'm just not the right fit. So, that was hard, and that hurt, but I was determined. I asked the editor his email and sent him work for 2 years, and he did not respond to any of them. Once, for 2 years. At this point, this is about 3 years of trying over and over again, maybe a little longer, and not really knowing what I was doing wrong. In the meantime, other people in the Archie Sonic comics were being hired very quickly, brand new people, and I worried that I was maybe doing something wrong, and maybe that's why the editor wasn't responding, and maybe I said something I shouldn't. Was my work bad? Maybe I bothered with anyone. You know, maybe I bothered him. Maybe I said something wrong. You know, whatever the case, even though my anxiety loved to play the question game with me, I bothered with anyone that would look to check and critique my stuff. And then eventually, a comic company called IDW Publishing picked up the Sonic the Hedgehog IP. The Archie Sonic the Hedgehog comics had ended and would restart in IDW Publishing. They were a brand new company, and with that whole new story and opportunity was there. I was able to get in contact with the editor at the time, and I was finally approved to work on the Sonic the Hedgehog comic by being a cover artist. It took about maybe 7-ish years of nonstop trying over and over again to get something, and you know, it was extremely stressful and incredibly intense. But that's the freelance world for you, you know? Terribly traumatic and anxiety-inducing, and above all else, it's a waiting game. I've been asked to make this video a lot, and I don't know if this helped out at all, but let me know if you guys want any more story times, Sonic story times too. Totally okay with that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Peace, goodbye, subscribe, like, I don't even know.